in New York, Mamdani. There's this event going on, Rob. If you want to play the clip, I don't know if you have the clip with New York with these two kids. During a rally, which, by the way, the rally is being done by this fellow named, I want to say his name correctly. Is it Jake Long or Jake Lang?
Jake Lang.
Okay, Jake Lang. Show what he is doing. So they're doing a protest in New York City. Go ahead, Rob.
We want everyone here to stay in New York. You don't get to come from outside and then tell everyone else.
That's the bomb?
Yeah, threw a bomb.
Who threw a bomb?
The ISIS-inspired.
One kid is Turkey, Rob, from 2017, 2019, and the other one is from Afghanistan or
Yes,
Iraq?
sir.
Afghanistan, right? Two boys do this. Now, can you play the other clip with a different angle?
Yes.
Watch this. In the middle of the protesting, they throw these two bombs. In New York, which, by the way, New York is gradually becoming, it looks more like the Middle East than America. But go ahead, Rob. Watch this.
We were born and
Different
raised in New
angle.
York,
He's coming from behind.
and we want
Look behind
everyone
him.
here to stay in New York. You don't get to come from outside and then
Tell us what to
everyone
do. He's
else.
coming.
Allahullah. Threw the
Allahu
bomb.
Akbar.
Yeah.
Threw a bomb.
We were born
Okay,
and raised-
Rob, there's even another clip. There's multiple angles of what happened there. But anyways, while this is taking place, yeah, that one right there, on what happens. And then they got arrested. Do you have the clip of them getting arrested?
Yes.
So they caught them. They got arrested. This is New York City, guys. This is not Tehran. This is not Karg that Tom's been trying to pronounce 75 different times. He had the same problem I had. Desalination, right? And he's trying to say Karg. Okay, but this is New York City.
Cog.
So they caught these two boys, okay? Now, can you go to the news on how they wrote the article on what happened? The one that Vinny sent
Yeah,
you
I
with
sent
50
I slacked
different
you, Rob.
ones?
Oh, yeah. I slacked you, Rob, on how it's a compilation of how all the mainstream media described what happened in New York. And I sent Rob another one of a Mamdani just spoke. Rob, but keep going.
Is it a new one?
Yeah,
or
no,
the-
so keep going up, Rob. Keep going up. Keep going right there. Right there.
So this is how the media reacts to it, okay? Zoom in.
Mayor Mamdani was home when protesters lit device outside his mansion. Improvised explosive found at protesters near Manhattan Gracie mansion. Improvised explosive device was thrown during dueling protests. Device thrown, just device. Another one said like a liquid something was found. TMZ, suspicious devices outside mayor's residence, as if they stumbled upon these things. As if they, oh, whoops, we just showed up. And Pat, did you know, and mind you, Mamdani went on yesterday and he just said something recently where he's condemning white supremacy. His first thing that he said was condemning white supremacy, not the ISIS-inspired terrorists.
Read the tweet, Rob. Read the tweet, Vinny.
Yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. It is an affront to our city's values and the unity that defies who we are. What followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use explosive devices.
Wait, he said explosive device. The media
He
doesn't
did
say
it. Yeah, they would never do that. But let's go to look at. They said he called him a white supremacist. Mind you, Jake Lang, if I'm not mistaken, Rob, is Jewish.
I don't know
turned
about that.
Christian. No, Rob, can you look it up for me? Fact check me.
He is. We interviewed him.
He's Jewish. Turned Christian.
I heard him saying that he's Christ is king and he's Christian.
Adam, guess what? He's seen the light and he's a Christian now. I'm telling you right now.
He was in jail for 4 years. He claims in solitary confinement for his role in the Capitol
For October,
attack.
for January 6th.
And that's where he says that he found Christ and moved towards a
so he's
Christian
Christian.
direction.
So now he's Christian. Well, mind you, and if you don't mind, Pat, I'm not a fan of what he's doing. I'm not a fan of going in there and provoking people, bringing goats and all that type of stuff. Like, you're asking for problems. That's number one. Put that to the side. But look, can we just recap for last week? A Muslim man wearing a Property of Allah shirt shot up a bar in Austin, Texas, killing 3 people and injuring many others. 2 Muslims threw Molotov cocktails and a nail bomb at Christians in New York City. And then a Muslim man claims he was going to bomb a passenger plane in Nashville to Fort Worth, Fort Lauderdale. They had to freaking have, SWAT come on the airplane and remove him. Not this one, Rob. There was another one. But I just want to point out what's happening. These kids were online inspired by ISIS. They show up. Yeah, Rob, you can play this. Guys, This was a plane coming to Fort Lauderdale, which is 20 minutes from here. Could you play this, Rob? Can you imagine being on that plane?
We're trying to find a guy.
You're trying to find the guy? Yeah, because guess what? If your hands are not up and you're not paying attention, meaning you're not listening to them, you're the guy. Dude, I would lose my mind. And that's it. They're taking him off the plane. And look, if you could tell, there he is. Not blonde hair, not blue-eyed.
What did he say? What did he say?
I don't know what he said.
If it's the same video, there
Let me
was
guess.
just
It
also
rhymed
this,
with Mala Makbar.
Death to America.
No, this is a different clip, Rob. This is old. This is an older
different
clip. But mind you, Pat, 4 other suspects were arrested.
What was the other clip?
That's an older clip.
That's
But
older
keep going,
clip.
Vinny.
Four other people were arrested.
Yep.
They found another explosive device in his house. And then Rob, this is Mamdani, and then Robbie, I'm gonna have you show the house of these kids. Go ahead, Rob.
Us were home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled
again.
Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home. While I found this protest appalling, I will not waver in my belief that it should be allowed to happen. Ours is a free society where the right to peaceful protest is sacred. It does not belong only to those we agree with. It belongs to everyone. I will defend that right every day that I am mayor, even when those protesting say things that I abhor. Let me also be clear about something else. New York City will never tolerate violence, whether from protests or counter-protests. Many of the counter-protesters met this display of bigotry peacefully, with a vision of a city that is welcoming to all. But a few did not.
He's good.
Two men,
very good.
Amir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi, traveled from Pennsylvania and attempted to bring violence to New York City. They are suspected of coming here to commit an act of terrorism. There is video of these 2 individuals throwing 2 devices towards the protest. The police department has determined that these were improvised explosive devices made to injure, maim, or worse. Thanks to the swift and decisive actions of NYPD officers at the scene, both men were immediately taken into custody, and the devices they brought taken off of our streets. I want to commend the officers who were on site.
You know, out of all of this, Pat, the big thing that really pisses me off, besides him and his rhetoric, and he's obviously blaming white supremacy, not the kids, is these kids, 18 and 19 years old, they just threw their entire lives away. They're going to be sitting in a cell for the rest of their lives because they were brainwashed online to think that throwing bombs and killing innocent people is the way to do it for your Allah, for your God, which condones violence of that nature because you're going to be rewarded in heaven. And this is the house. This is the house that this ISIS freaking inspired terrorist lives in. Like, by the way, Rob, where was his parents from? One from Turkey, one from
And from Afghanistan.
And what were they? They were naturalized?
Yes. One was naturalized in 2004, the other 2017.
I don't know what the father's doing, Pat. I don't know how good of a naturalized citizen, whatever job that they have. But like, I'm telling you right now, the more it's the ideology, and I just hope that he finds in jail. It's not going to come through Muhammad or Islam. It's going to come through Jesus Christ. I hope and I pray that he finds Christ in there while he's going to, because it's going to be horrible in there by yourself. Because by the way, terrorists aren't treated like everybody else is in prison time.
What is this here?
This is a great clip I found. This was a woman that's warning everybody what Mamdani is and how what happened with Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran is exactly the rhetoric that Mamdani did. Go ahead, Rob, play this.
Ruined like that right now. I tell them we picked our Mamdani, not me. A lot of people picked their Mamdani 47 years ago in Iran, which was Khomeini at that time. If you watch if you just listen to what Mamdani said in New York, it's verbatim what Khomeini said 47 years ago in the Islamist lefty committee at that time. And people got fooled because it was at the end of 70s and they just wanted to be hippies and free, and that's how it looked like at that time for Iran. So they picked their Khomeini. that was supposed to just come and help people have free everything and give the oil money to
How could you say no to free everything?
Free all of that. And you watch what he says. You listen to Mamdani. Trashes are 7 feet high in New York.
Bingo.
He just became mayor. But his priorities are to Prophet Muhammad, to Hijrah. He brought Medina, all of these 1,400 years ago. What happened with
You can
their
pause it.
prophet?
And by the way, did you see what happened with Mamdani's wife and how he?
She was liking posts that were pro October 7th. She liked posts that had to do with this as well. And it's like the guy's not hiding. He's not hiding.
Is this him addressing his wife, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You should have a chance, I think, to respond to this. It's an off-topic question. I'd like to know what your reaction was to the article in the Jewish Insider that was posted about your wife's social media activity. And what I'm wondering is, you're an elected official. She is not. Is it anybody's business, and is it fair to question you about it?
My wife is the love of my life, and she's also a private person who has held no formal position on my campaign or in my city hall. I, however, was elected to represent all 8.5 million people in this city, and I believe that it's my responsibility, because of that role, to answer any questions about my thoughts and my policies and my decisions.
And by the way, that article is out there, and I'm looking at it right now. Everything's about free Palestine, and she's liking all the posts, and her name is right there, Rama Douaji.
And think about it. These
course.
ISIS guys, Baju, this, not to cut you off, Adam, I'm sorry. These ISIS kids were radicalized. And mind you, they're throwing bombs outside of the mansion, like where he's staying. Like you're doing jihad terrorists outside of your Muslim mayor's house. Where do you get that
This is the
emboldened?
playbook. We've seen it before. Remember, it was the radical clerics north of London that radicalized those young men, some of whom were planted the bombs, the subway bombing, the coordinated subway bombing, and several of them died, suicide vests. You don't find the radical clerics wearing the suicide vest. Let me show you how this works.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what you find. You find them radicalizing tools, and they are brainwashing these kids, radicalizing them, and then using them as soldiers in their war. And that's it. Do you think, I'll give you an example. When W was president, right? And the first lady is out talking about education. Do you remember? She's not elected. She's not elected. They most certainly have opinions on this. But if it's a liberal and it's Mamdani, it's just his wife, and he answered the question. That's the part that galls me, is that this is a free pass for one side, but would be hypercritical on the other side.
But Tom, are you at all shocked that besides New York bringing a mayor, that besides all the stuff that he's doing, meeting with all those people that were co-conspirator, whatever, praying, all the taking over Times Square, then you have ISIS terrorist-inspired kids coming to New York from Pennsylvania and literally throwing bombs in front of his freaking mansion.
Am I upset? Yes. Am I angry? Yes. Am I frustrated? Yes. Am I surprised? No. This is their playbook, and it's also the playbook of the mainstream media. We're seeing both playbooks come right together. Take down America, impact the American social fabric, and move toward globalism and socialism with promises that you'll make the trains run on time. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was Mussolini.
Adam.
This is how much I'm reacting. 0, because all this is expected. You mean to tell me that a communist progressive who's a Islamist and is a Gays for Gaza supporting Free Palestine indoctrinated mayor of New York, his wife has the exact same feelings, if not worse? No way. Oh my God. Nobody's shocked. We all expected this. He was sworn in on the Quran. A couple weeks ago, he was at a mosque talking about doing a prayer, killing the infidel and slit their throats where you find them. None of this is shocking to me. You know, we're in the war with Iran right now. And if you go back to 1979, the revolution, the Red-Green Alliance, you talk about the college kids, the useful idiots, the youth who don't know what the hell they're doing or talking about, teamed up with the Islamists, and what happened there? They helped them get into power, and the Islamists killed all the progressive youth. It's the same thing that's happening here. So in my opinion, New York, God bless you. It was nice knowing you. LA, if your city hasn't burnt down yet, get ready for the future when Karen Bass is reelected or Gavin Newsom's your future president. God forbid. We see the writing on the wall with London. We see what's going on in Paris, Stan, and London, Stan. We see what's happening. So come to Florida, move to Texas, move to Tennessee, move to Nashville, move to Nevada. There's other states with reasonable people that are not psychopaths. We see what's going on in Minnesota. God bless the Somali pirates that go on there. We see what's happening. So you can either do something about it, or you can live in Little Mogadishu, Minnesota, or Little Gaza in New York City. Good luck out there, guys.
51% of you who watch this podcast, and I've helped us go from a regular show with 20, 30 viewers to now, being a top 20 podcast worldwide on Spotify and on YouTube. It's a top 20, top 15, top 10 podcast. It wouldn't happen without you, but it helps our algorithms if you subscribe as well. 51% of you watch this show weekly. You regularly tune in, 51% of you, but you haven't subscribed. I would like to take that 51% to 40%. With your help, I believe we can pull it off. And if we do that, more subscribers, higher quality guests, better conversations with you. Thank you for doing that.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.